Alright, let's get started. Night, sweetheart. Sorry, my eldest just wanted a quick cuddle before bed. Okay, right. We're gonna do well tonight. We're gonna get this video recorded. We're gonna do our GDQ submission. And I absolutely need to turn that volume back down. Okay, that's ready to go. Lovely. Just bear me 1 second. Okay, right. Sorry about that. One of the problems of having children. Sometimes they just want to just goof off and mess around. Not doing any harm, but yeah. Okie dokie. Worldless. Let's talk about Worldless. So we're going to start trying to get our video now. I'm just going to actually make sure I've got a beverage in case I need to sort my throat out. Just so I've got something to watch my whistle, shall we say, because, yeah, my throat gets dry pretty quick when I talk. Okay, right. When will those kids learn? Right. Anyway. Worldless. Oh, why is my avatar being dumb? Why is the webcam picking up a million different things? There we go. Okay, right. Everything's working fine now. Okay, so Worldless. So this is Worldless. This is a 2023 game made by No Name Studio and published by Coatsink. It is a Metroidvania game, because everybody loves a good Metroidvania. And it's traditional in the sense that you get power-ups to traverse different areas and get into different sections. But how you get those power-ups is not exactly traditional. But we'll get into that as we get into the run. So yeah, I'm Lady Smaell. I'm one of the runners of this game. I've been running it since roughly March this year, maybe February. About 6 or 7 months. I was the first person to start running it, and we've managed to build a nice little community, which is lovely. So, let's get started with the game. Also, just quick point out, obviously, we're in Chinese. I am clearly not speaking Chinese, so Chinese is the language of choice because it is fastest. Like a lot of games where Chinese and Japanese are the fastest because there's less characters, it's more concise, it's quicker to sort of run through. So yeah, just so you don't get confused. It's fine in speedruns because we know what we're doing, but obviously if casually stick to the language you know, because there can be a fair bit of reading. All right, so let's get going. We're going to start the run in 3, 2, 1, go. So first thing we're doing is skip a cutscene, which basically gives the background lore of the game. Essentially, this is set after a big bang of some description from a deity has created this big bang, and this mini proto-universe has been created. And within this mini proto-universe, there are two warring factions. One of which is the blue and white, which our protagonist is a member of. And the other faction is the orange and black, which you can sort of see in the background here as we run past. They're having a bit of a fight. So this is like the tutorial area that explains how to traverse, like jumping, standard platforming stuff. As you can see as well, this game is quite visually stunning, like with a very clean graphical style, using the vector graphics for the character designs. I personally love it. It fits right into my sort of wheelhouse of what I like. So it's kind of how I came to play this game. It was a case of saw some screenshots, thought that looks pretty cool. It's a Metrovania, that looks pretty cool. So yeah, and that's sort of how I stumbled on it and just sort of fell in love with it a little bit. So we're just going to traverse a little bit. Just got to be a little bit careful on these platforms because there's a small glitch that if you sort of turn around on the edge of a platform while you're jumping up, it can make you fall through. So we're going to come to our first encounter, which is kind of not an encounter because we're just going to let ourselves get beat up. It's not actually possible to win this encounter, but it does give you a quick look at what the battle system is in this game. So all the enemies that you come across in this game, you have one-on-one encounters with, kind of like a fighting game. You get a limited amount of time on an attack turn, and then your opponent has an attack turn and you can defend. So we've just come into this encounter against our rival, who's Avon. And he's just tried to absorb us, which is to absorb and steal our power, essentially. But it's kind of got a bit squiffy, and we've sort of become the state, we've sort of merged in a way. The game likes to call it, they've essentially transcended slightly and expanded their horizons, and because of that expansion, it's causing the world map to expand and create itself, which I think is a lovely concept. So this is our map. As you can see, there's some like dashed lines towards the edges of sections. That's where sections interconnect. So we've come into a hub area here, but the whole map is, if you know where to go, you can access every section of the map without ever going back to the hub area. So we're going to have another quick cutscene. This is one of the old ones. So he's been around since before this universe was created. And he's a little bit jealous of the fact that Edda and Avon have done what they've done, and a bit concerned. And he's like, you're still really young, still working on your base nature. I don't understand how the being that created the universe has noticed you. He's a little bit jelly, but he also gives us the ability to interact, so that's also really handy. So, like I said, the first 5 or 6 minutes is pretty much tutorial, just teaching you how the game runs and how to use the map system and that sort of stuff. So, there you go. Our orange dot is Avon, and that's what we're doing. We are chasing him to figure out what on earth is going on. We're just going to run in here. This is our first area, the blue section. I'm afraid the area names are not very inventive because they're all color-coded, so it's just easiest to refer to the color. So this is the blue area. So each area sort of has its own little gimmick. So this area's gimmick is there's like little glowing orbs, and we can interact with them to create platforms. So this is our first proper fight. So as you can see, I have an attack turn. I have different abilities I can use. And I can also guard when it's attacking me. So this is the physical attack tutorial enemy. So you have 2 different types of attacks. You have physical and magical. a nice pattern. So the physical attacks are denoted by a horizontal line, and a magical attack is denoted by a vertical line, which we will see with our next enemy. We're just going to do a little bit of traversal, as I said, the little gimmick with the glowy orbs and the platforms. I'm going to pick up this timepiece, and we're going to go to our next enemy, called the Moon. So you might have also noticed that they have little symbols next to their names. That is a guard. So if you break that guard, the absorption damage that's done to get them absorbed quicker goes up to 200%. So ideally you want to break the guards as quickly as possible to get that sort of bonus. Also, you might notice that when I was blocking, I was getting this star animation. That means that it was a perfect block and would not degrade Edda's shield. So if you don't block it perfectly, the shield takes damage and will eventually break. So yeah, so we're just going to run along here and get our first movement ability. So this opens up quite a lot of the game. It's like used throughout the run, even though there's some faster abilities a little later. This is like used a lot through the run. So this is the dash. As you can see, just takes you up places, you can go up. So it allows you some extra verticality and some extra sort of just general horizontal movement, a bit speed, you get a bit more distance. Got to be a little bit careful because it does have a cooldown. So you've got to time it quite well. Make sure you can make the most out of it. And as you can see, not all the enemies are actual encounters. Some of them are just on the floor, just ready to be picked up with an interaction. So yeah, I'm just going to traverse our way back up to the top of this chasm, because Avon just unceremoniously dumped us to the bottom. So I'm just going to enjoy just dashing and enjoying the music because it's exceptionally relaxed. This is definitely a good late night speed run when you just want to sit on the couch and relax. It's a very relaxed run, essentially. So I just did a little animation cancel again. So if you sort of turn around as you interact, it will sort of speed up the absorption animation. It's one of those things, it's not a big difference, but it's a little something. So I'm just going to work our way through here, nice and clean. So I'm going to pick up another one of those timepieces, and here we've got an upgrade. So that gives us an extra second or so in fight, which doesn't sound like a lot, but it does help immensely and allows us to just get a lot of enemies done in like a couple of rounds rather than drawing it out as such. So we've got our first ability. Avon's moved on to a different section, so we're going to go keep chasing him. So we're going to go this way and go to this area, which is I call this area the green path. And again, they're all color coded. You see, I think we do actually see every area at least once. Even if you don't do much in it, you do at least see every area at least once. So the gimmick of this area is these keystones, which create portals that will fire you upwards and sideways and stuff. So there's a heavy emphasis on timing in this game. You don't want to take a hit because that will lower the absorption damage. Okay. Got lucky there. That was not a nice pattern. So there is also quite an RNG element in this, because all of those inputs are random. They never are the same in the run. So it is literally a guessing game if you go into an absorption and don't have many inputs actually available. You can there's patterns that sort of emerge as you go through the run, and you can sort of have a guesstimate of what they might be. but it's never guaranteed. So Ed is also very, very allergic to water, as you might have just seen. So yeah, we're just gonna get along here, and we're gonna jump up here, and we're gonna go to our next encounter. So this is the fire element. Oh, didn't want to take that here, but it doesn't really matter. So when we've just sort of gone up through that waterfall, we've actually skipped an encounter and upgrade. So the upgrade we would have got is the ice magic, which, as you can see, this guy has as a block. So it's not ideally, but you can beat him without it. The lack of ice does become a little bit more potentially problematic a little bit later in the run, but we'll get to that later. So yeah. Just need a little skip so we don't have to wait for a portal, and there we go. Knew I'd screwed that up. A little bit too early. So we're just gonna have this cutscene. I'm gonna go get our second movement power up. So this is the sprint. So as you can see, it does exactly what it says on the tin. Sprint, as we saw, that it does not like water, but the stability allows us to just run across it and not worry about it for the most part. Those sort of vertical waterfalls can be a little bit janky, even in sprint form, so you've got to be a little bit careful. Like this one here, that one can be really, really sort of problematic. You can try and like jump through it, but sometimes it's just like, nope, you haven't got the momentum and you can't have it. So we're going to go head towards the edge of the green area and head outwards. We've got one more fight, which is also kind of a cutscene fight, but we used to have to wait a couple of rounds to trigger the cutscene, but we figured out a way to make it trigger on this first turn, which takes roughly about 8 to 10 seconds, because you're not waiting for your opponent, and then you're not like wasting the next turn for you. So it's a reasonably hefty save. I'm just gonna get skill points. I'm just gonna run. So we're gonna pass through a void area as our friend again. So this is the tower, and unfortunately this is the only time we see this area, which is a real pity, because in casually this is has some of the more challenging enemy fights, and it's just a really fun area to sort of traverse. So I'm just taking it slow because I've got to wait for my dash to charge there. So this is the wind elemental, and he's a tricky personage. So I'm doing something called an animation canceller. So you can sort of spam your magic by quickly tapping your... Sorry. Didn't get it. So that's really tricky, because that wind attack will absolutely shred you if you're not good with your block. Just not being nice with that pattern at all. So like I said, RNG is a heavy element. It can very much be the difference between a 1 round and a 2 round, and that's 10 seconds easily. So we're just going to go up here and get the second triangle. So gimmick in this area is the water is going upwards. I really want to make an Ollie Williams joke, but it's probably not appropriate. So we have to use those sort of unlocks to diffuse the water so we can traverse. And finally, we've caught up to Avon. So there's 2 ways to do this fight. So I'm going to take the quick way. You know, I'm a speedrunner, which is the pacifist route. We can just talk to Avon and the fight ends really quickly. You can fight him. It just makes this cutscene a little bit different because Edda will approach Avon with her sword drawn and try to skewer him before she's miraculously spirited away by the water. And now we have Avon. So I feel like it's kind of obvious when we sort of know that the both protagonists have a name, that it's like, oh yeah, there's 2 protagonists. But I was like, oh, this is kind of cool the first time I played this. So yeah, Avon's not as fast as Edda, but he can go underwater and he has double jump, so he has a nice bit of verticality, if nothing else. He's also our main damage dealer, so that's why we've saved all our skill points so far and have not spent anything, because we're going to spend them all on him. So each of the characters has chargeable techniques that do like specific types of damage. Avon's one that we use predominantly is his whip technique, which does massive absorption damage. Also, because the game sort of expects you to have certain abilities of Edda's at this point in the game, it gives us like his whip without having to go like searching for it, which is really nice. So, see if we can get the 1 round. Nope, not having any luck tonight with this. So, Avon's defense ability, he doesn't have a shield. He has a defense, which is known as an ability called Deflect, which will shoot back some of the energy as absorption damage, which is really handy in a couple of fights because it just allows you to do that extra chip damage just to keep it on top of things and not have to worry about taking an attack. So we've caught up to Edda. We sort of accepted that we have mutual things going on, accepted each other, and that acceptance is causing the world to further expand as we've transcended even further. So this also unlocks the main sort of push of the game now. So there are 3 glowy orbs on this map that you'll see just come off. They are the transcended bosses, and they are who we have to beat in order to unlock the final bit of the game. And we also now have access to both of our characters, which is really nice, which allows for some really nice movement in some of the areas. There's a nice little switch through there. Okay, so as you can see, using Avon's Deflect. There we go. So if you manage to get the bar all the way to the top, it will automatically, that's not what I did, but okay. Automatically absorb your enemy, which I think that's like one of 2 enemies where it actually happens. There might be another one where it might happen, but yeah, it doesn't happen very often in the any% run because we kind of just don't have enough time to get the bars up that high. So we're now going to go to hunt down our first transcended boss. And our first transcended boss is called Bipolar. But first things first, we're going to get through this little cutscene. So there is actually a weird little graphical glitch you can do here. If you manage to switch characters on the frame that cutscene starts, you will get, when the second character comes in, you'll get two of the same character. And it looks really funny. I've managed to pull it off like once, and I was just like, oh, that's interesting. So we're going to go this way, back to Green Path. So now we've got both characters. We've got some much quicker vertical traversal. So we're just going to head up here. So we did actually used to do this area second when we go to do the transcended bosses. But I kind of recently sort of discovered that potentially it's faster to go this area first. Because it allows us to have an ability for the second boss we go to and make that boss like a lot faster. It's still a little dicey, but this is the Holy Bat. That's literally the character's name. Okay, so that does it. Nice, that was good. Also, we're not going to go the standard way into this boss. We're going to take the back door. So in the current patch of this game, this route's actually been patched out. Which is, you know, it's like not fun in speedruns, but I get why they've done it. But fortunately, they did also leave us a speedrun patch. So, whoops, my controller is not being nice with my inputs tonight. Anyway, so I'm just going to give Edda some abilities because she is needed for part of this, and it just makes her a little bit quicker to attack. So ideally, like with the fire elemental, we want to hopefully see a thunder shield and not an ice shield for that part of the fight. But if it is an ice shield, it's not super detrimental. So yeah, this is Bipolar. Okay, so we got a thunder shield, nice. So each of the transcendent bosses has a dark and a light form. I'm just gonna okay, so let's go. Okay, a little bit annoying, but is what it is. Okay, we can hopefully at least get this. Okay, that's not bad. Should be good next turn. Just do this. Make sure we got a definite good amount. Okay. Yeah, that was not the strongest version of done of that fight, but it wasn't a bad fight by any stretch. So they've each got like their own dark and light side. So sometimes they interact together, sometimes they don't. Just going to go right down to the bottom and get out of this area. So we're now going to head to an area we haven't been to yet. That's the red area, the crimson area. To do that, we've got to go back through the blue, which the area we started in, and just run straight through it to the other side. Now it's all very much about optimizing movement and optimizing fights. Like, it's right at the start, it's all about the fights so much because Edda doesn't have any abilities. It's just trying to make sure we get the most out of what she can do. And then it's a case of we just need to try and pile on as much damage and move as slickly as possible. So yeah. So we just picked up Edda's secondary weapon, like Avon's whip. This is her bow. And it's really useful for doing the absorption damage, which is what we want. I'm just going to do a nice big drop down there. So previously we would have gone along the top and knocked down this watery path to get to the next movement upgrade, but we figured out that it's like 3 fights that we don't need to do, and this is a lot quicker, even without Edda's like speed boost on sprint. So yeah, I think it's like 1.5 minutes faster to go this path, which is pretty nuts when you think about it. There's been a lot of refinements to this route. I mean, and I still think there's a lot of optimization to be done, but it's getting there for sure. So we're going to do some fight against Root. See if we can get the 1 round. See if we can get it. Nope. Not giving me nice patterns. Okay, we're good. There we go. So we're getting our final movement ability, which is called Snatch. Which anyone who's a fan of the Ori series or is a big fan of Guacamelee 2, like myself, will recognize immediately. It's quite a common ability in a lot of Metroidvanias at the moment. Just going to quickly try and speed through this tunnel. So jumping's actually a lot slower in this game, with the exception of the double jump, because it gives you that little speed boost. So yeah, we just try and double jump everywhere as much as possible with Avon underwater. So we're going to head to our next transcended boss, who is Adaptation. And to put it politely, he's not a very nice person. Ooh, messed that up a little bit. Oh my word, I'm messing this up left, right, and centre. Anyway, got there. Whoops. Right, so while I just give these few upgrades to Edda, I'm going to explain about Adaptation. So he's the reason not getting ice is very dicey. He potentially has an ice shield here, and he's just RNG on RNG. Thankfully, he's given me a nice pattern. So I'm trying to get a very specific setup here. Okay, got it. We're good, we're good, we're good. So the green ability we bought is this. So this is Unified Division. Uh-oh, that's not good. That's really bad. See if we get lucky. Got lucky. Thought it wasn't going to give it to me then. But yeah, he's just RNG on RNG. So if you get an ice shield at the start, you have to reset the fight. If you go past the first phase, you have to reset the fight. If you go past that first initial where the form where you can absorb him, you have to reset the fight. The shield he gives you in that green form is completely random. So ideally you want the shield I didn't get, which is a magic shield, but he gave us the physical shield, which is boo. So yeah, he's where a lot of runs go to die. He's just very much nightmarish. As I said, we used to go to him a bit later. Well, we used to go to him first, which was even worse, but with a different setup. So yeah, he's just not fun. He's just not fun. He's very mean, and he makes me sad on a lot of occasions. So we're just gonna quickly grab that. I'm gonna quickly grab the second green ability, which is called Assist, which basically means you can get your partner to come in on your turn, like this, and just do a random attack. So this is Acid. Let's go for it. He's also kind of mean. Patterns have just not been nice tonight. But we're gonna get him now. It's fine. Okay. So, the next fight is kind of the game's skill check. So this is Halo. This is without doubt my most favoured fight in the game. Because it's a really challenging fight casually. Because it is a massive, massive skill check. And the fact is you can easily run into him straight after you get sprint when you're not necessarily prepared for it. Oh, got it, nice. That was a bit of a fail. Fine, we'll get him now. That was still an excellent Halo. So, a lot of players don't expect the second phase, which is not just challenging straight out. Like, a two-phase fight's automatically challenging in this game. And then he hit really, really hard. So I've just done the game's only real glitch, and it's not like a super useful one, but I like doing it. So this area is meant to be completely shrouded in darkness, and by doing that little water clip, we basically skip the trigger. Okay, that's good. Nice. Nice. Okay. I don't like that guy either. He's if you're a fan of Final Fantasy, you will immediately recognize the name. It's called a Tomberry. I just messed up. That is not how you meant to do that fight. Oh well. We got it, it's fine. So yeah. Tomberry is, yeah, he's just not a nice fight. And he's very similar to the Final Fantasy version. So he creeps ever closer towards you. And if he reaches you, it just ejects you straight from the fight. So oops, oh well, that's okay. That's not okay. Oh my word. What on earth? That's not what I wanted to do at all. Oh well. Right, we're just going to stop sprinting now, because that's just going to... It's just causing us more time than what. So we're just going to... So the last fight we're going into is with an enemy called Yin Yang. So again, like a lot of the bosses, he has two different distinct phases. We're hoping to get a setup in phase 1 that will make phase 2 pretty much instantaneous. That is the plan. Okay. Don't know if we're getting that though. Okay, we're going a little bit risky here. That's got perfect. Well, better hope I get this. Ooh, got lucky. Ooh, that was a little bit... That was dicey. That was a dicey fight. But a gold split, yay! Okay. Sorry, I was really concentrating on that fight. I kind of messed up my setup in phase 1, so I had to kind of adapt a little bit there. So yeah. So, we've defeated all the transcended bosses. So the plan is now, we are just going to sort of get out of here and get back to the main hub area. So, this game does have a final encounter, but it's not exactly a fight. So, it's more just kind of lore storytelling at this point. So essentially, Yin Yang is the proper final boss. But yeah. You have to be very careful there, because it is possible to soft lock the game on this transition. So, again, that's been patched out in later versions, so it's not a thing anymore, but just something we have to be very aware of. There's a few little niggly bugs and glitches that just don't like us. So For some unknown reason, Edda doesn't have her sprint here. I have no clue why. It's never adequately explained. But so we have to use Avon to sort of move quickly through this. Let's just call it the field of spears, because that is exactly what they are. They are spears. And we will see the creator of those spears very shortly. So usually when I do this fight, I ask my chat what sort of character they want at the end. So it's going to be added in as a donation incentive, like a bid war. So we have shiny Avon or shiny Edda. And it will make sense when you see it, but you'd need to sort of know just before, well, just after like the first round of this fight, you'd need to know. I personally have a preference for shiny Avon, so I'm going to go for shiny Avon for this thing. So this is the Worldless. This is the final encounter, and you can't do anything to it. It's literally come down from the heavens and is a bit miffed at you about like screwing up its work, essentially. Saying that we're basically rejects, that we like shouldn't exist. And yeah, there is a full translation for what he's actually saying, and I would actually get it for the run. But yeah, he's basically like, I need to destroy you. I need to destroy what you've created. I need to destroy you. You're basically, you're like a reject essentially. So as I said, creator of the spears, the field of spears. He's also unceremoniously taken out some of the old ones as well, which is a bit sad. But yeah, there's not much you can do in this thing. You've just got to sort of wait for the turn to roll out. There's no way to make it faster, and attacking just slows down the whole fight. So he's trying to spear us, and then Edda comes in to protect us like a boss that she is. She has been sufficiently speared. So now the Worldless is basically taking all our abilities off us. Every skill point we've got, every ability we've obtained, we lose everything. Weird quirk, if you try to use one of your abilities that has been taken away during your attack phase, it basically puts you in a stun animation and slows the fight down. So that's why I'm actively doing nothing. It's weird when going fast means doing nothing, but that's exactly what this fight entails, unfortunately. I can still talk to Edda, who's fading, sadly. So at the end, the Worldless sort of comes to the realization that it hasn't got the. I don't know if it's like he comes to understand Avon's plight and Edda's plight, and basically gives them the power to create their own universe. So basically gives them that sort of Big Bang power, which is shown in the beautiful shiny Avon. Seriously, if we could get a mod for this game, this is what I'd ask for. Like, seriously, I just want to be able to play a shiny Avon all the time, because I absolutely love this visual. It seems really silly, but I genuinely love it. So we're just gonna go over to Edda, be very sad, and cradle her. And we're just gonna create our own Big Bang. Yeah, sorry, some visual epilepsy things, warnings, definite warnings straight out. I will definitely make sure to put them in at the start. But yeah, we've just created another universe, our own Big Bang. So yeah, that's Worldless. Um, it really is. It's a lovely, very beautiful, and there is a fair like to get really good at the fights, there is a fair skill ceiling. Like I've run this. I like I said, I'm the first person who run this game, but there are people who run other categories. There's a few other categories. One of which is called the Ultimate Trials. So it's not shown in this run, but one of those hub rooms goes to basically an arena. So once you've absorbed the enemies, you can go in and fight them again. The Ultimate Trials, after you've completed the basically 100% of the game, and it gives you a boss rush. And some of the tactics some of the runners have come up with for that is absolutely mental. And I mean mental. It's like really beautiful to watch because they just absolutely destroy things. Um, but yeah, and obviously our green friend we met earlier in the cutscene, his name's Summon, and as another potential incentive, his fight and the platforming section that leads up to him is going to be submitted as a incentive. So the the platforming section that leads up to him is called the Path of Determination, and it's sort of a bit like where it's the Path of Pain for Hollow Knight. I wouldn't say it's the extreme as the Hollow Knight one. Probably far from it. It's not something Path of Pain is not something I've done personally, but it's that sort of vein of it's very you've got to understand the platforming physics and how the game runs. So the run up to that and the summon fight is quite a ride, to be fair. And the summon fight itself he is the super boss of the game essentially, and it is a very technical fight and showcases a player's knowledge of the game at that point. So yeah, just giving a shout out to some of the people. Esther Violata is the community manager as well, so she comes into the Worldless Discord that's been set up, the community Discord, and sort of is our link between the players and No Name Studio, and she's super lovely, and I just want to give her a big shout out because she is just, without her, I don't think a lot of the community would have happened. Like, we would have just sort of lost motivation, perhaps. But yeah, the community is really lovely. There's a lot of lovely people. The studio itself, No Name, are absolutely wonderful. They've been really, really supportive of the runs and like us, like sort of just enjoying the game, like encouraging like the creativity side, like the fan art and people like coming up with silly jokes and just really embracing the community as a whole. So yeah, I just want to give them all a big shout out because they're just awesome people and they deserve the love. And this game absolutely deserves more love. So yeah, I'm gonna be quiet now and go and hide back under my rock. But yeah, this is the submission for GDQ, and I I would genuinely love for this game to get in. I just want to show the world it. I just want more people to play it. Like even if it's not speedrun, I just want people to play it because it's a really fun game. And like the fact that it's like a turn-based battle in a Metroidvania, it's kind of a unique sort of twist, and it's really fun. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it there. Mhm. Okay, that's done. Right. Okay. What is going on with my avatar? Why is my avatar just like stopped doing anything? Actually, bipolar was worse. Adaptation wasn't too bad. Why is my avatar not working? Why are you no working, avatar? Oh no, it just crashed. It crashed halfway through. Of course it did. Haha, of course it crashed. Let's reset that. Stupid thing. Adaptation very nearly didn't play nice. I got very lucky. You know what? We've got 20 minutes. Let's just have a run through Ultimate Trial just for the giggles. Apologies. I'm just going to have to sort this out very quickly because it will bug me. There we go. I'm back. Yay! I'm back. Yay! Reset. There we go. Right. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna just let's just I'm just gonna open up Ultimate Trial. Yeah, I'll save those splits. I got a couple of goals there. Oh, nice. No, Dead Sonic, I was recording a submission video. The submissions for GDQ open next week, so I just wanted to get a video done with the new route and just basically loving stuff and trying to make the game look cool, although it probably failed miserably. Anyway, right, let's do some Ultimate Trial. Because why not? It's been a while. You're my Ultimate Trial, aren't you? Yeah. Yeah, I was not live in GDQ. I'm really out of practice with Ultimate Trial as well, so this should be interesting. I'm so used to any percent now. Do 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 do. Wee. Wee. Right. Right, there's one. Why did I use my bow? That was dumb. That was dumb. Uh, ew. Okay. I know I should have started the timer and I didn't, but it is what it is. Oh, right, bipolar. Of course you're here. Ah, brother. Nice. I'll take it. Do 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 do. Cool. Oh, hi you. Do that. Sorry, I'm just really enjoying this. Nope, decent halo. I gotta remember that thingy. That's the thing. Ah, shoes. Oh well. Did not time that right. Yikes. Alright, that doesn't work. Fair enough. There we go. Yep, you're dead. Cool. Oh, it's so nice to not have to worry about ice. Ah, dang it. I knew I hadn't got it right. That was my own fault. Cool. Let's just kill some stuff. Okay. go. Ah, I just missed it. Nice, that was cool. Okay. Oh, right, we're here. Okay. It is Hades indeed. Okay, that's phase 2. Okay, and done. Alright. That's devil done. That was fun. Oh, holy bat. Alright, cool. That's one down. Alright. Do 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 do. I hate this guy. Cool. That was pretty good. Not too bad. Alright, this jerk. Yeah, because screw that guy. That guy sucks. This guy also sucks. I hate this boss, by the way. I hate this boss so much. I really, really hate him. It's literally my least favorite boss. Fail. Yeah, I just don't like Unicorn. I just hate how absorption heavy he is, and he just is a jerk. Okay, should be good. Okay. Need to get better at Phoenix as well. Ow. Ah, one hit off. Should have gone for the art. Okay, you're dead. Trying to remember where I am up to at this point. Oh, you. Right, okay. There we go. He's down. Oh, triple square. Why not? Ah, what? Alright, we're getting close to summon now. Okay, time for summon. That's annoying. Game, come on! Okay. Leave Avon out. Okay. Nice. Nice clean Avon. Well, puppet stage. Okay. All about Edda. Annoying. Okay. Damn it, should have charge punched. Okay. Hey, babe. Yeah, I gotta remember to use that more often, but it's fun. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna call it there. Let's see who's on that we can go and raid. What? Closely, hold on. Let's go and see who's on. Not Twitter. Twitch. Who's in Twitch? Who can we go raid? Oh, we're gonna go for some Jonathan Charlotte action. Jupiter Climb is streaming the speedruns of the DS collection, the Castlevania, so we're gonna go stream. Gonna go raid him. Alright. Alright, guys. I will see you around. Thank you so much for stopping by. Sorry, it's been a bit of a more a bit more sort of not community focused tonight, but it is what it is. Hopefully, we've got that nice recording that mostly works. But yeah, have a good one, and I will see you on Monday. Bye.